Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. We will report you about the General Antonio Luna and his brothers. The first one is Antonio Luna. Antonio Luna was born on October 29, 1866 in the Binondo district of Manila, the youngest child of seven of Lorena and Joaquin Luna. Antonio was a gifted student who studied with a teacher called Maestro Entong from age of 6 and received a Bachelor of Arts from the Ateneo Municipal de Manila in 1881 before continuing his study in chemistry, music, and literature at the University of Santo Tomas. In 1890, Antonio traveled to Spain to join his brother Juan, who was studying painting in Madrid. Antonio earned a licentiate in pharmacy at the Universidad de Barcelona, followed by doctorate from the Universidad Central de Madrid. In Madrid, he fell obsessively in love with local beauty Nelly Busted, who was also admired by his friend Jose Rizal. But it came nothing and Luna never married. He went on study bacteriology and histology at the Pasteur Institute in Paris and continued on to Belgium to further those pursuits. While in Spain, Luna had published a well-received paper on malaria, so in 1894, the Spanish government appointed him to a post as a specialist in communicable and tropical disease. Later, the same year, Antonio Luna returned to the Philippines where he became the chief chemist of the municipality laboratory in Manila. He and his brother Juan established a fencing society called the Sala de Armas in the capital. While there, the brothers were approached about joining the Katipunan, a revolutionary organization founded by Andres Bonifacio. Its response to the 1892 punishment of Jose Rizal. But both Luna brothers refused to participate at the stage. They believed in gradual reform of the system rather than a violent revolution against Spanish colonial rule. As the Spanish-American War came to a close and the defeated Spanish prepared to withdraw from the Philippines, Filipino Revolution surrounded the capital city of Manila. The newly arrived officer Antonio Luna urged the other commander to send troops into the city to ensure a joint occupation when the Americans arrived, but Emilio Aguinaldo refused, believing U.S. naval officer stationed in Manila would hand over power to the Filipinos in due course. Luna complained bitterly about this strategic blunder, as well as the disorderly conduct of American troops once they landed in Manila in mid-August 1898. To placate Luna, Aguinaldo promoted him to the rank of Brigadier General on September 26, 1918. And named him Chief of War Operations. General Luna led 3 companies of soldiers to attack the Americans at La Loma, where he was met with ground force and naval artillery fire from the fleet in Manila by the Filipinos suffered heavy casualties. On June 5, 1899, Luna went alone to the government headquarters to speak with President Aguinaldo, but was met by one of his old enemies. There instead a man he had once discerned for cowardice, who informed him that the meeting was cancelled and Aguinaldo was out of town. Furious, Luna had started to walk back down the stairs when a rifle shot went off outside. Luna ran down to the stair where he met one of the Cavite officers he had dismissed for insubordination. The officer struck Luna on the head with this bolo and soon Cavite's troops. Luna drew his revolver and fired, but he missed his tracker. He died at 32 years old.
Juan Luna de San Pedro a Novesio Ancheta. Born on October 23, 1857 on Badoc, Ilocos Norte in the northern Philippines. He was the third among the 7 children of Joaquin Luna de San Pedro a Posadas and Laurina Novesio a Ancheta. He studied at the Ateneo de Manila University in year 1874. He was a Filipino painter, sculptor, and a political activist of the Philippines Revolution during the late 19th century. He became one of the first recognized Philippine artists, his winning the gold medal in the 1884 Madrid Exposition of Fine Arts, along with the silver win of fellow Filipino painter Felix Rison Hidalgo, prompted a celebration which was a major highlight in the memoirs of members of the propaganda movement. The fellow Ilustrados toasting to the 2 painters' good health and to the brotherhood between Spain and the Philippines. He died on December 7, 1899 in Hong Kong.
Luna enrolled at Escuela Nautica de Manila, now Philippines Merchant Marine Academy, and became a sailor. He took drawing lessons under the illustrious painting teacher Lorenzo Guerrero of Ermita, Manila. He also enrolled in the Academy of Fine Arts, Academia de Dibujo y Pintura, in Manila, where he was influenced and taught how to draw by the Spanish artist Agustin Saez. However, Luna's vigorous brushstrokes displeased his teacher and Luna was discharged from the academy. However, Guerrero was impressed by his skills and urged Luna to travel to Madrid to further pursue his work. Luna enrolled at Escuela Nautica de Manila, now Philippines Merchant Marine Academy, and became a sailor. He took drawing lessons under the illustrious painting teacher Lorenzo Guerrero of Ermita, Manila. He also enrolled in the Academy of Fine Arts, Academia de Dibujo y Pintura, in Manila, where he was influenced and taught how to draw by the Spanish artist Agustin Saez. However, Luna's vigorous brushstrokes displeased his teacher and Luna was discharged from the academy. However, Guerrero was impressed by his skills and urged Luna to travel to Madrid to further pursue his work.
Manuel Luna Navicio, a violin virtuoso and conductor, was born in Badoc, Ilocos Norte, to Joaquin Luna and Loriana Navicio. We can say that Manuel Andres Luna Navicio was a man of incredible talents belonging to the illustrious Luna brothers. He was a first mariner, then studied music and violins of the 19th century. Manuel was born in Badoc, Ilocos Norte on June 30, 1856. The oldest son of Joaquin and Loriana. He studied at Ateneo Municipal, then later to the prestigious Escuela Nautica, where he and also her brother, painters Juan Luna, finished their seaman course. Manuel graduated in his class with honors and earned certificate pilot de Altos Maris. He transferred to the Spanish Nautical School where he, being a brilliant student, completed his course in 1877 with first honors. He became a member of the Sello Científico Artístico Literario. On July 15, 1883, he died a victim of acute disease.
He was not married or she able to lead any musical composition. He fell after visiting parents in Agola Union. He was composing to bind his parents goodbye before producing to travel back to Europe. Luna's siblings are noted for the talents they are included. Juan Luna are celebrating painting, Jose Luna promoted surgeon, and Dr. Joaquin Luna are farmer senator, Antonio Luna a general for Revolution Army.
Jose Navasio Luna, the fourth of the brood of 7 children, was born in Manila on June 28, 1861. He took up his Bachelor of Arts degree at the Ateneo de Manila and Medicine at the University of Santo Tomas, where he graduated in March 1884. Luna served as the municipal physician of Binondo from 1888 until the time of the Revolution. On September 16, 1896, he and his brother were arrested for their participation in the revolution. They are imprisoned in Fort Santiago in Intramuros. Month later, he and Juan were freed while Antonio was exiled to Spain in 1897. Sometimes in September 1898, Luna was appointed provincial representative to the Malolos Congress. Nevertheless, before a month ended, he was named health officer of 8th Sanitary District of Manila by the American government. On October 19 of the same year, he became member of the Faculty of Medicine and Surgery in the Universidad Científico Literaria de Filipina. During the Filipino-American War, Luna served as a medical officer of the Revolutionary Army. After peace was restored, he practiced medicines and opened a polyclinic to his residents. He toured Europe from April to October 1912 to observe noted clinics and medical centers. In 1913, the doctor transferred his clinic to a place in Sampaloc, Manila, where he practiced until his death. Luna was married to Rosario Malgar, with whom he had a daughter named Mariana. Like his brothers, Luna was musically inclined. He played several musical instruments, including the piano, the guitar, and a mandolin.
So now let's proceed to Joaquin Luna. Joaquin Luna was born on December 11, 1864 and died on November 7, 1936 at the age of 71. He was a Filipino revolutionary and politician. He was a colonel during the Philippine Revolution, senator from 1916 to 1919, governor of Mountain Province in 1916 from 1920 to 1925, and representative of La Union's 1st District from 1910 to 1916. He was involved in the Philippine Revolution and served with the rank of colonel. Afterwards, he was La Union's representative to the Malolos Congress. La Union would later declare him as an adopted son years later. During the American occupation, he forwarded a collaborative stance and became associated with the group Asociación de Paz, its treasurer that sought to establish cooperation with the colonists by disengaging from anti-American revolt. By 1904, he became governor of La Union and the representative of La Union 1st Legislative District during the 2nd and 3rd Philippine Legislature from 1910 until 1916.
When he was appointed governor of the Mountain Province in 1916, succeeding Ekman, he was the first Filipino to hold such a position. In the same year, he became a senator of the 12th Senatorial District for the 4th Philippine Legislature that include the province of Baguio, Mountain Province, Nueva Vizcaya, and then the Department of the Mindanao and Sulu.
Through the act of the Philippine Legislature number 2603 that authored and introduced the Congress, he created the Conservatory of the Music in the University of the Philippines on February 14, 1916.